All right, Shalom. First and foremost, want to begin this lesson by giving all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bashem Yahweh Shah, Wahar Rakah Kwadash, which in the ancient Hebrew tongue would be the correct names of the Heavenly Father, His beloved Son, and the Holy Spirit. I also want to give double honors to my teachers, the head apostles and elders of Great Millstone. And as always, Shalom, much due honors and respect to the fellow laborers out there that's continually pushing out this gospel in all true faith and sincerity, and in doing so, exalting the names of Yahweh, Yahweh Shah. So yeah, I just wanted to go into another quick lesson, concerning the fact that the judgment of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shah has begun to take root here on the planet Earth. And in the spirit, the Lord set up men as his watchmen and overall to be his mouthpiece. Because if you're not spiritual, you're not going to hearken to the men that the Lord has raised up to convey his words. All right? And the spirit jumps on brothers to make certain statements and it come to pass. All right? Like you had a lot of brothers, include myself, who proclaim, the judgment of a lot of you women out there. You women that just not right, amongst Israel, which the majority of our women is wicked as all hell, man. And the spirit got on a lot of brothers to declare that heavy judgment would befall a lot of you women here in 2019. And 2019 came in with a bang, man. All you hear about is judgment being poured out on these women. All right? I was just watching something yesterday. Matter of fact, I was reading. I got this little app, this local news app, and you had this one chick, her dude, her ex, I think it was her ex-boyfriend, he was stalking her around, following her while she was going on her little runs. She didn't even know, man. Then she pulled over at her into a shopping center, a heavily active shopping center with people, people out and about. And he pulled up right behind her, opened fire, man. And that's just one of many cases, And then you got this government shutdown where you got Trump cutting back on SNAP and food stamps. Man, that's going to really affect a lot of you women out there, man. But the moral of the story is the spirit of the Lord get on us to declare his judgment and it come to pass. Why? Because we are actually speaking the words of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shah. We say certain things and the Lord honor that, man. And in this lesson right here, I wanted to point out something else that through the spirit I had mentioned, maybe a couple of weeks ago, but judgment on these cops, all right? Because what you see on the screen, you have 3 cops. You got the one, she's like an Ephraimite cop. I think she got killed down in Texas. Then you had the other chick, I think she got killed in Sacramento or something, I don't know, let me see. Let me see, it says 3 police officers have been gunned down across the U.S. in the last 5 days, 2 in southern cities, and a 3rd in California. All right. Yep, you had one in Texas. Now this guy right here, this happened in Birmingham, Alabama, man, in the city where I'm at. And again, through the spirit, it was right around the corner, pretty much. All right. Now the spirit had it when I heard about these first 2 incidents where the cops got put to death, spirit had it where I said there's going to be a lot of cops that's going to receive judgment as well. I don't believe I said it on record. I think I said it on the live stream, but I know I was around a couple of brothers, And hey, after I said that, maybe a day or 2 later, I got the news, because it was a big buzz in Birmingham. You had 2 cops to just get gunned down, man. All right, one of them got put to death, and the other one is in critical condition. So that's the judgment of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shah, man. And a lot of time we speak these things into existence, if you will. Why? Because we the men of the Lord. And he actually honor what we say. So that's why a lot of you people, you should proceed with caution when you come into the arena of in the house of the Most High, man. You come up on these videos. Oh, and another thing, a lot of you scoffers and scorners, man, there's a lot of judgment prepared for you as well here in 2019, man. All right? And through the Spirit, I believe the Lord is going to make a lot of those judgments public. And really, the Lord is making a lot of these judgments public, man. But you got to be spiritual to see it, because a lot of people that's being put to death and it's public, I believe that they scoffers and scorners, man. All right? But, that's another video for another time. But, yeah, this guy in the middle, all right, this the guy, his name is Sergeant Watasha Carter. Yeah, he was put to death, man. All right? And this is spiritual because Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shah, he have no respect of persons in judgment. And just because you a cop, which you cops, you wicked as all hell, man. Now it's a few cops out there that could come across these videos and they could repent, because the Lord is about balance. But for the most part, these cops is wicked as all hell, because really when you go into the idea of police officers and, these police departments, these cops, they pretty much a private sector. They're a private organization, privately owned by guess who? The international bankers, man. All right? They the personal henchmen and hitmen of the Illuminati. You see? Because really, if you're going by the Constitution, you should be able to bear your arms and protect yourself. You don't need no damn cop, all right? So these cops were set up by the Illuminati. They're privately owned to pretty much keep this wicked society running smoothly. So the Lord is bringing judgment on these cops. There's no coincidence you had 3 police officers have been shot dead across the U.S. in less than a week, man. And it happened right here where I'm at. Matter of fact, you know what? Let me just go into the scriptures. I don't want to ramble too long. But first scripture I want to get is in the book of Romans, 2nd chapter and 11 verse. It said, "For there is no respect of persons with the Most High." Yeah, so it don't matter who you are, man. Whether you're a kid, a newborn, someone who's perceived to have some type of prestige in this society, such as a damn cop. Well, guess what? The Lord shows you that nobody is above the judgment that the Lord sends down and the Lord pour out. And guess what? The fact that the Lord is pouring out his judgment, that shows you that the Lord, look, he's alive and well, man. He's active and he's pretty much, bringing this thing to the forefront. Everything that we've been saying, the Lord is pretty much justifying us, man. Again, from us declaring that a lot of these women gonna receive judgment. The men of Great Millstone made that declaration, man. And again, lo and behold, judgment is coming down. So much so to where President Trump, he cutting snaps and food stamps I believe it runs its course around the end of February or something like that. So that's the judgment of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shah. And the Lord set up men here on the planet Earth to declare that judgment. Now you have people that come across these videos and they become offended. And you know what? If you become offended when you see us going to these videos that's declaring the judgment of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shah, because when you read Psalms, the 9th chapter, which that's one of my favorite scriptures in, that's been coming out a whole lot lately. I know I've been bringing it out damn near every video. Psalms 9 and 16. The Lord is known by the judgment which he executed. See? So if you one out there, you listen to the videos, But when we do certain videos that's highlighting judgment and you have a problem with that, that means you wicked. Matter of fact, let's get that. Because this is a part of the program, man. This is a part of the doctrine to declare the judgment of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. And if you have a righteous spirit on you, you're going to actually respect the judgment and even go as far as rejoice in the judgments of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. All right? So this Proverbs 28:5, evil men understand not judgment. See? So when we do videos and you cringe when we go into judgment, that means you wicked, you evil, man. Because you got a lot of people out there that are subscribed to our teachings. And, you know, they have this approach, well, I like this aspect of your doctrine. You know, I agree with this, but when you talk about that, I ain't with that. Man, that means you wicked, man. All right? And that means you have not been born again. See, when you come into this truth, man, you got to be totally born again. Meaning you have to cast off any of those old ideas and thoughts that you had in the world, man. You know, a lot of you bring in that Christian, you subconsciously bring in that Christianity doctrine, man, to this truth. You know, that's why I had got a comment not too long ago where the person who left the comment, they said, I don't believe that the Lord would kill innocent babies or something like that, you know? Hey, that means that you're not all the way born again, man. You're still holding on to the thoughts of the world. Yahweh Bashim Yahushua is a man of war, man. All right? And when you come into this thing, you have to scrap everything you thought you know. All right? So again, Proverbs 28:5, evil men understand not judgment, but they that seek the Lord understand all things. Yeah, meaning you don't just subscribe to some of the things we teach. You know, yeah, I like when y'all teach about this and teach about that. But when you talk about women receiving judgment, I don't deal with that aspect. You know, and when you talk about, you know, little kids being put to death by Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, I don't deal with that, man. Well, that means you wicked, all right? And you understand not judgment. See? Matter of fact, let me get some. Because we could go all day in the scriptures speaking about judgment, man. Now, really, when you look at this book, this Bible is pretty much a book of death threats, man. All right? So it shouldn't be a surprise to you. You should marvel when we bring out lessons going into judgment. Because when you read the scriptures for yourself, the Lord himself threatens, man. All right? But guess what? We just a mouthpiece. We sending out the threats. But guess who's going to carry them out? It's going to be Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. And just like these cops that got put to death in the spirit had, why I say a lot of these cops going to receive judgment too. You know, we can't forget about these wicked cops. You know, a lot of time we get on the women, and rightfully so. But hey, these cops are wicked as all hell too. And they are not exempt from the judgment of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. And I also made the statement that a lot of you scoffers, man, you scoffers and scorners, you just blindly, you know, you don't even look before you leap. You come up against the men of the Lord, man. It's a lot of heavy judgment is coming on you scoffers, man. And it's going to come on you scoffers more and more. All right? So this is Ecclesiastes 16 and verse 26. It says, the works of the Lord are done in judgment from the beginning. See, let's read this again. The works of the Lord are done in judgment from the beginning. Yeah, so from the beginning, as far as you can think, the works of the Lord was done in judgment. Okay, that's his works to bring judgment, because a righteous king, you know, if you're a man of war, which it tells you that in Exodus 15th chapter, and you're a righteous king, which the Lord, Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, is all things. That's why his name is Yahweh, he who is, he who exists. Everything that you could think of, from the right hand to the left hand, from righteousness to wickedness, the Lord exists in it, man. And that's a stumbling block to a lot of people. So the Lord, when you go back to the time of the flood, how you think the Lord rationalized things out with the people in the time of the flood, man? It was by way of judgment. And that was a horrific judgment. That flood, it actually killed newborns, man. That was people who had newborns in their arm beating on the ark door. And the Lord locked that door and he went about his business of bringing his judgment. So that's the same power that exists today. He's alive and well, man. All right. So Ecclesiastes 16:26, the works of the Lord are done in judgment from the beginning, and from the time he made them, he disposed the parts thereof. See? So the Lord, Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, he pretty much, he deals with judgment. All right? The Lord is all about justice and judgment. Matter of fact, a false balance is an abomination to the Lord, but a just weight is his delight. Yeah. So the Lord deals with balance. And really, when you go into that balance, that means pretty much whatever you do comes back to you, man. Although we know that balance is dealing with both sides of the spectrum, but balance is, matter of fact, just to give you an example, I believe it's, we make sure it might be, let me see, I think it's 2 Thessalonians. Yep, 2 Thessalonians 1:6, sin, it is a righteous thing with the Most High to recompense tribulation to them that trouble you. All right? So the Lord said that it's a righteous thing with him to recompense or pay back anybody that troubles us. So if somebody offend us and trouble us, the Lord said, look, it's a righteous thing for me to pay them back. And that's balance. That's a just balance. So the Lord, the very works of the Lord is centered around judgment, man. Period. All right? Let me end off on this. Jeremiah, the 9th chapter and the 24th verse. But let him that glorieth glory in this, that he understandeth and knoweth me, that I am the Lord, which exercise loving kindness, judgment, and righteousness in the earth. For in these things I delight, saith the Lord. Yeah, so the Lord does not only delight in loving kindness and righteousness, but he also delight in judgment. And these things is what he execute in the earth. All right? And we're in a time where judgment has really taken root here on the planet Earth. And it's not going anywhere. It's only going to blossom and blossom more and more into the day that we've taken out of here. All right? So prepare to see more judgments from Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua. With that, shalom.